Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Black Health and Wealth Show. I am your host, Kevin Boyette. Here at the Black Health and Wealth Show, you know that we educate, inspire, and uplift each and every individual to be able to take control of their own finances and to be able to take control of their own health. Wealth without health doesn't make any difference. They are synonymous. They go hand in hand with one another. But I want to congratulate you for starting your online business. Bravo. What did you start it in? Did you start it your YouTube channel, affiliate marketing? Did you open up a store making masks? What did you do? Tell us down in the comments below. Yep, right down there. Tell us in those comments below what business you started. But you may want to consider something. You may want to consider incorporating or creating an LLC for your business if you have not already done so. You don't want to get into commingling your business funds with your personal money, okay? One of the things that can possibly happen is a lawsuit may come about. For some reason whatsoever, we live in a sue-happy society right now. That's just the way that it is. Get over it. So someone may sue you and attack your personal assets. And you may lose everything that this, new business has afforded you, things that you've accumulated and accomplished over past years. You may lose it all, okay, over one lawsuit. So you need to protect yourself, and that's one of the reasons why you would have an LLC or become incorporated. Now, the question then becomes, do I incorporate in my own home state, or do I incorporate in another state? Because you've heard maybe there's some benefits to incorporating in Delaware or another state like that. So what we're going to do today is we're going to give you the 4 best states to incorporate in. Now, what I want you to do though is I want you to stick around to the end, because at the end of this video, I'm going to give you the 2 states that you want to try to avoid at all costs to either incorporate or start your LLC in. In this video, we're going to cover 5 points. We're going to cover why you would consider incorporating in another state. We're going to cover liability protection. We're going to cover convenience. We're going to cover some business restrictions for incorporating in another state. And finally, we're going to do the pros and cons of incorporating in Delaware, Nevada, Wyoming, and New Mexico. Now, let's take a look at the 4 states that I think you really want to consider when you're looking at incorporating or starting your LLC outside of your own home state. First up is the granddaddy of them all, Delaware. Now, Delaware's always been known as a safe haven for big businesses. Delaware has a judiciary system and that's already in place to handle these types of cases. 90% of the Fortune 5,000 companies are housed in Delaware, but it's not all roses. Somebody's got to pay for this. So as a result, your filing fees are higher. Your annual report filing fees are higher. Your franchise taxes are higher. So these are some of the things that you want to consider if you're considering incorporating in Delaware. Now, the good thing is you've got everything in place. If you ever have a lawsuit or anything that would work, beneficially for you, but it doesn't mean that it's financially beneficial for you and that it may not work out for you financially right now. So for large corporations, Delaware is a great place. For small businesses, not so much. You may want to consider, listening to some of these other states that may work for you. Now, number 2 on our list is Nevada. Now, think about it. A state that has gambling, prostitution, recreational cannabis, and an NFL franchise. Hey, you've got to have some favorable business laws. But once again, with those favorable business laws comes with a price, okay? So you're gonna pay, it's gonna be a little bit more expensive, not as expensive as Delaware, but it's gonna be a little bit more expensive. So you may wanna consider that. Now, on the flip side, one of the pros is that the Secretary of State for Nevada, Department of Taxation for Nevada, they don't have to report certain things to the IRS. Which kind of makes sense. You had the gamblers and the mafia that started, building up Vegas. Of course, they're going to want laws that are favorable for them. Now, let's talk about Wyoming, the home of the LLC. Now, Wyoming, what they did is they said, you know what, Nevada, we like the laws that you have over there. So we're going to incorporate those We're going to add a few more that are beneficial for businesses. But you know what? We're going to do it at a cheaper price. Now, Wyoming may not be as popular as a state like Nevada or a long-standing state like Delaware, but it's just as good, if not better, because what Wyoming does is Wyoming says, we're going to do the same thing as Nevada, but we're going to do it cheaper. And finally, we have New Mexico. Now, you want to talk about privacy? You don't have to put your names on any documents. You don't even have to list your name on the business. You don't have to file an annual report. So once you file, it is like you have filed for life. But here's the bad thing. If your name's not on anything, it's going to be awfully hard for a bank to verify you. So with the whole True ID thing with this country and Homeland Security and making sure we can verify everybody, you need to have your name on some documents in some form. Now, back to Wyoming for a moment. If you're in Wyoming, you can list yourself as a manager. You don't have to list yourself as the owner of the business. That way you can go into a bank and you can transact business, set up accounts, withdraw money as the manager. So it looks like you have some authority, within the business. So there you have it, our top 4 states for incorporating your online business or starting your LLC for your online business. And no, I didn't forget to give you those final 2 states that you want to try and stay away from at all costs. However, before we go there, do me a favor. I want you to go leave your comments, like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications of upcoming videos. But more importantly, if you found this information valuable in any way, shape, form, or fashion, share it with somebody else who could possibly use it. We would greatly appreciate that. Now, on to those 2 states that you want to stay away from. Those 2 states are California and New York. They are notorious for piercing through that corporate veil, taking down people's personal assets, hitting up people's retirement accounts. You do not want that to happen to you. So if at all costs, if you can, if it's at all possible, do not incorporate or start your LLC in California or New York. Also, be sure in the comments to let us know which state that you incorporated in. Did you stay in your own home state, or did you decide to go outside of your home state and incorporate your online business someplace else? Oh, one more bonus before we go. For those of you who may be watching this overseas, Wyoming allows foreign countries or individuals from foreign countries to incorporate their businesses in Wyoming. So that may be something to consider as well for your online business. Anyway, thank you for watching this episode of the Black Health and Wealth Show. I'm Kevin Boyette, and I'm out.